What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Court. Leave a like in the video if you love a good F around and find out. There was a period maybe a year or two ago where people desperate for internet fame were doing heinous things to people's food. They were opening it up, licking ice cream and closing it. They were doing, all sorts of weird things to try and get famous. And it was very, very odd. Let me just show you, by the way, we've got some great karma. For example, Texas Creamery Bluebell said all Tin Roof flavored tubs possibly affected in this malicious act of food tampering have been pulled. There was a video. Let's see if I actually have the footage or not. It's probably been deleted, I suspect. Yep, it's been deleted. There was a photo of a girl, going around. Here's what I'll say. Police in Texas on Friday said they found the girl who filmed licking a tub of ice cream and then returning it to a grocery store shelf. In a viral video last week, the girl who admitted to licking the top of Bluebell's ice cream and returning it to the freezer is under 17, which makes her juvenile under Texas law, according to Lufkin police, who are not identifying her. She's from San Antonio, but it was in Lufkin, about 300 miles east, because of her boyfriend's family living there. She and her boyfriend have been forthcoming about their involvement in the incident. The footage had been viewed more than 11 million times. Shows a girl running her tongue across the ice cream and laughing as she places the violated dessert back in the freezer at a Walmart. Police have said Wednesday believe they have identified the suspect after detectives obtained surveillance video placing someone matching the description in the Lufkin store. All this stuff was going on. So she's 17, has a nose ring. I'm sure she's definitely going to be a very successful woman. But again, at least 4 women, including the person who lied about her involvement, have had similar screen names and appearances. Police, before the police knew the girl's identity, they said they could face a second-degree felony charge with tampering with consumer product, which comes with a 2-year prison term and up to $10,000 in fines. Well, remember this guy? Remember this guy who was spraying... Here. He was spraying pesticide on people's vegetables. Like, people could die from that. Now, generally, you're going to wash fruit. And, for the most part, I would say, most of these people probably, there's probably nobody who lost their lives to this. But certainly the intent was there. Right? And then look what else he goes to rotisserie chicken, sprays the bag. Threw them away. He threw them away? So he's showing that he threw them away, allegedly. But then, well, look at this.
There's a fire in your bathroom.
Oh, yeah, you can go.
There's a fire in your bathroom.
Wait, there's a fire in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Pulls a fire alarm and just leaves. Same guy. Not funny. Here's where they say, oh, it's just a skit. It's just a skit. Once they get arrested, once people start saying, yo, what the heck is wrong with you? Oh, it's just a skit.
You hungry?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what's up. Probably McDonald's is closed.
McDonald's?
What's there?
All right.
It's probably closed. Okay.
Just take this. Have a good night.
Okay.
Just gives him a raw chicken. So he messes with a homeless guy, all this stuff just for internet clout. It's very, very weird. Well, I have some good news, everybody. TikToker Wolfie Kahletti was sentenced to prison over grocery store poisoning. This was brand new, released on Friday, a full year after the event. In a story that shocked the internet and left shoppers uneasy, a TikTok influencer known as Wolfie Kahletti is now serving time behind bars after pulling a so-called, quote, prank that went too far. On the evening of December 19th, way back in 2024 when this video went viral, Charles Smith, the 27-year-old, he's 27. Like, it's not some 15-year-old kid doing something stupid. He's almost 30. He probably has 4 kids. Walked into a busy Walmart in Mesa, Arizona, and filmed himself spraying pesticide directly on a fresh produce and rotisserie chickens, all for the sake of viral fame. The video, which quickly made the rounds online before being taken down, showed Smith using a stolen can of Hot Shot Ultra Bed Bug and Flea Killer on food items, laughing and narrating as if it was a harmless joke. But the public didn't see it that way, and neither did the law. Smith, who boasts over 345,000 TikTok followers, reportedly earns between $6,000 and $10,000 a month from such antics, was arrested just 2 days later after turning himself in. At approximately 8:30 p.m., the most popular time of the year for holiday shoppers, Smith entered Walmart location at South Stapley Drive and Baseline Road. He took a can of pesticide off the shelf, proceeded to the produce section, began spraying produce, vegetables, and rotisserie chickens. Court documents have named Smith the supreme villain and tycoon creator by his own definition, a person who enjoys scandal and notoriety. Even after the stunt, Smith went back to the store and tried to remove some of the items he had sprayed, but the damage had already been done. Police noted that there was a time gap between the contamination and the cleanup, which means several unsuspecting customers could have bought the tainted food. So even this moron knew, hey, maybe I went too far. Maybe I went a little too far and I shouldn't have done that. So he goes back and it's too late. Walmart, of course, acted quickly, discarding the roughly $931 worth of contaminated food and thoroughly sanitizing the area. They assured customers no one had been poisoned, but the retailer made it clear that they would not tolerate this type of behavior. Walmart said in a statement way back on December 21st, after he was arrested with the help of Tempe Police Department, he was later indicted on multiple charges, including 2 felony counts for introducing a harmful substance into food, 1 felony for third-degree burglary, and several misdemeanors, including endangerment, criminal damage, and theft. Mesa police did not mince words. This prank endangered lives. It's not entertainment. It's criminal. On June 24th, 2025, so all the way now just to last week, he finally went to trial. On June 24th, Charles Smith was sentenced to 1 year in prison with credit for his 136 days already served and 3 years probation. He pled guilty to charges including criminal damage and solicitation to commit burglary. This wasn't some joke. It could have ended very differently if someone had consumed these contaminated items, said a Maricopa County official. Smith's case isn't just about one reckless prank. It's become a symbol of how far some influencers will go for attention. His past videos included locking customers in stores, throwing bacon in public washing stations, and even dunking pumpkins in fast food fryers, but the Walmart stunt crossed a major line. Here is...
Social media has definitely took over my brain.
Here's his sentencing.
And made me do things that is abnormal. I just like to formally apologize for my actions from last year and that I've become a better person.
And you're going to harm others, film them, put it online, and then profit off of it, that warrants punishment.
All right, so today we have 2 updates on TikTokers who committed crimes and then posted it to the internet. We have Marlena Velez, but we also have Wolfie Kahletti, a.k.a. Charles Smith, who was sent...
Here's his, here.
Instagram that appears to show him put raw meat and eggs into an unsuspecting customer's laundry machine with their clothes.
These videos are pranks.
Oh yeah, they're pranks. It's so funny. Now that customer is gonna have to throw their clothes because you put raw eggs and bacon on it. It's so hilarious. Or what about
Probably
the
be
time
fine.
where you put ice in a deep fryer, endangering everybody's life? Ha ha, so funny. If I was the judge, I would have gave him an aggravated sentence just for what he just said right there.
I don't disagree.
These so-called pranks, posted online, also made Smith up to $10,000 a month, according to arrest documents.
You're going to go out into the community and you're going to harm others, film them, put it online, and then profit off of it. That warrants punishment.
Smith's attorney told the judge that his client has taken responsibility for his actions and understands these aren't pranks.
What he did was not funny, and that's not how he should behave. He wants to turn a new leaf. He wants to get off this social media thing.
Then Smith talked about why he makes these kinds of videos.
Oh, I bet he does.
Social media has definitely took over my brain and made me do things that is abnormal.
The attention is really, really addicting.
Julie Smith specializes in media literacy. While she doesn't approve of Smith's actions, she's damaged. They can ask for restitution.
Do not return to any Walmart. Don't return to any Bosa Donuts.
So he ends up getting... He basically ends up getting banned.
Also imposed computer usage restrictions and also required Smith be screened for mental health. We're live in...
Computer usage restrictions, a year in prison, banned from Walmart, banned from everywhere else he went. Was the clout worth it? I bet you 5 internet points that this dude will be right back at it as soon as he's out of prison. I just have a feeling that this is a individual who's damaged, not just an isolated incident. But I'm glad we got some justice here. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.